And we are live from the West Quad Gymnasium in Brooklyn College. You are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs Women's Volleyball on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. This is our debut here at home at Brooklyn for volleyball on the women's side. We have called men's. Now we're going to do women's for the first time. Jonathan Perriente alongside my broadcast partner, Pat Brown. And Pat, for this women's volleyball team, coming off a pretty strong season, 17-12 last year, went to the CUNYAC championship game, fell in 3 sets to Hunter, then played in the ECAC after. You look at this women's volleyball team, 1-3 to start the year so far. What were some things that you are kind of seeing from this women's team at this current stage, and how's it translated so far in 4 games?
Let's talk about the new coach that came in, Joseph Agrest. He came in with a very symptomatic system. I want to be aggressive.
Yep.
I want to have 5 hitters, 1 setter. I want to be aggressive, attack the net, good defense, and he's very particular about unforced errors. He's not pleased with the unforced errors that are taking place. Obviously, he has a lot of young players, a lot of returning players, so he's trying to mesh them all together. And we're going to see, because he's going to rest some of his starters and get some of the younger players experience here today.
And it should be definitely good. One great thing the women have going for them, a lot of players are returning this year. Including 2 such players that we're very familiar with. Both of them play on the women's basketball team, Aliyah Rafat and Ashley Fong. Both of them are captains on this team. They have set the tone for the early scoring in this season for the Bulldogs. And one thing you love about both of them is the type of leaders they are on the field, just as they are off of it.
Well, the good thing about that, especially transitioning from basketball to volleyball, the experience that they get about melding a team together, how to get them up, how to get them ready, mentally prepared to play in these matches, because the competition is not like high school. You know, the game is a lot faster, the hits come a lot harder. So Coach Agrest wants them to get into that field and recognize, hey, it's a reality check. You need to step up your game, and that's what he wants to do today.
Pretty appropriate name, Agrest. Wants to play an aggressive style. So yes, an aggressive style for this team. I think it will be. I think it's going to be very good. You know, it's a different way to approach the game, and you really have to. The game of volleyball really has changed over the years. Now it's much more strategic, being in proper positions.
Yes.
We saw a little bit of that with the men's team this past season. That we're going to see a little more of the men this year later on, and we'll see what they bring to the table later on.
The women have been chosen 3rd in the preseason poll this year. Last year they went 6-1 in the conference. Obviously, we said they went to the conference championship. So Old Westbury's coming in. They're 0-4. They just lost their last match to Pratt Institute 1-3. And talking to Coach Andrea, she's like, hey, we only got 8 players. We're going to play everybody, and we're going to get set to have this match. So we're going to have the playing of the national anthem in just a minute.
Here we go.
And then we're going to have the introductions of the starting lineups.
Very beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Brooklyn College Bulldogs and the College of Old Westbury Panthers getting set to serve up here on the West Quad court for volleyball. And let's go through the starting lineups for both teams. We'll begin with the visiting Old Westbury Panthers. First up is Amy Sanchez, a defensive specialist. She'll wear number 1 from Brentwood High School from Brentwood, New York. Number 3, Stephanie Mazer, the outside hitter, sophomore from Syosset High School from Syosset, New York. Holly Ann Hansen will be the setter. Number 7, freshman season for her. Stephanie Velez, the middle, 5'7", from North Babylon High School from North Babylon, New York. Gianna Bowe, new freshman, playing the libero as a libero, number 10. Maya Murphy, another freshman, number 12, playing another middle position. And then the other outside hitter, it will be John Angelis Alvarez Rodriguez, number 14. So the Westbury Panthers are starting 4 freshmen today. This is pretty big. 4 new players really kind of having to get acclimated into this offense. Now for Westbury, give them credit. I know they're 0-4 in the year, but they did play a couple of tough contests throughout those 4, including their opening game, which was against Albertus Magnus, and that went 5 sets.
Yes, it did.
So this Westbury team is going to fight. They're not just going to roll over for you. So do not let their record of 0-4 fool you. The Bulldogs have to be very aware of that, and we're going to see how the Bulldogs really come out here. So Olivia Fan will be one of the starters for Brooklyn College. Middle blocker from Staten Island, New York, from Stone Dewey High School. Next we have Sydney Gdansky, the setter and outside hitter from Grimsby, Ontario, Canada, from Dr. Martin Leboldus High School. Aliyah Rafat will be the outside hitter, number 9, from Live Oaks, from Los Gatos, California, from Live Oaks High School. Amra Mulich, the 5'4" setter, sophomore out of Queens Technical High School, will wear number 10. And finally, Ayomide Adaoye, the 6-foot middle blocker from Edward R. Murrow High School from Brooklyn, New York. And finally, Emma Steele, the 5'6" outside hitter, sophomore from high school for CTEA from Queens, New York.
So it's going to be a good matchup of young players against some seasoned and young players for Brooklyn College. And I'm very interested to see how Brooklyn College is going to start this match. Last Tuesday when they played St. Joseph of Long Island, it took them a little minute to get their act together. They lost that first set 25-12, and then that second set was, it was outstanding. The 20 hit volleys, 30 hit volleys, back and forth. And they took it right down to the wire. Brooklyn College won out 26-24, and it was just electric. Yeah. So we're looking to see them to carry over that last set against Hunter here against Old Westbury.
Bulldogs definitely had a very strong showing in their tri-match last week. Yes, came with a tough loss to Hunter, but the Bulldogs really took it to Hunter, even though it wasn't the score they would have liked to have had, but the Bulldogs did take it to Hunter. Then they did beat City College for their first win. So the Bulldogs definitely have some good things going for them, and I'll be very curious to see this aggressive style from Coach Agress. Can they attack this Westbury team? And that's going to be a very big key. Now, for those that are not familiar with the rules of volleyball, it is you play to 25 points. It's best 3 out of 5 sets. You must win by a 2-point margin. Key is to keep playing that ball until it bounces or goes out of bounds, etc. Players on each side, 1 time each per, when the ball's on your side, can touch the ball. The same player can't touch it twice while it's on the same side.
And you can't touch the net.
Yep.
Can't go under the net.
Leo Zhang and Nikita Gavrov are the 2 officials for this game. And we are set to begin. Bulldogs will lead it off. Mulich will serve. And it's dug out of the ground by the libero Bowe. And spike, good save by Brooklyn. Kick back up in the air. Little toss over there by Gdansky. Hits the ground. Saved there by Hansen. And buried on the kill. And Brooklyn, but it went out of bounds. It's Brooklyn ball. I don't think even Westbury realized it went out of bounds. They were celebrating like it was their point.
Yep. But the flag woman was right there, lifted the flag up. It went out, so Brooklyn starts off 1-0.
Good, strong start.
Amra Mulich to serve again from the right side.
Good low serve there by Mulich, kept in by Hansen. Taps it over the net. Good dig out. And was there a double contact?
Yep.
Did they call a double contact?
Double contact on Brooklyn, so the point goes to Old Westbury.
Yeah, those
on number. He put his hand up. I didn't see the number.
I think he put up number. It looked like number 8 was on that. Okay. It might have been 8. That was.
All right, so it's tied up 1-1.
Gdansky. All right, well, Brooklyn will now have to go on defense. Good low serve there from Rodriguez. Tapped over the net and buried by Brooklyn. Great finish on that little shot by Mulich. Good spike into the ground. It's 2-1 Brooklyn.
And that's what you want to do. You want to get that opportunity, drove it right through the block and down into the middle of the court for a point.
All right, now Gdansky will serve for Brooklyn. And that serve is
boom!
long.
They said
long. It was out of bounds. The flag
it
went
looked
up.
like it hit the line, but hey, he has a much better vantage point than I do.
Yep.
He's right there, and it's now tied at 2.
For it to be in, the ball must touch even a sliver of line for that to be in. It just was a little bit long.
So number 10, Gianna
Bowe will serve. The libero. Good low left serve into the net. Bulldogs were able to dig it out, and the shot is long, out of bounds. And it's Brooklyn College's point, so it looked like it got tipped off the hand.
Yes, off the hand, off
Westbury.
the block, and it was very, very slight off the hand.
It was off the hand of Hansen by the looks of it. Yep, Hansen deflected it out. 3-2 Brooklyn.
Yes, indeed.
So far, close back and forth. Bulldogs will make a little sub. Olivia Fan has come in, and it'll be served there. Fan will serve it, excuse me. So Fan is in the game. Odoye is in. Dug out of the ground, and it's long. So Westbury will score that. It's 3-all. So early on, both teams exchanging points in the early going.
Emma Steele comes back in for Fan, and to serve is Holly Ann Hansen from the far right side. We're tied at 3 in the first set of the best of 5.
Hansen getting ready to serve.
And in the game is number 18, Adeoye.
Yep. Served by Hansen. Kicked up in the air. And buried on the kill, but it was long out of bounds again.
Tried to hit it right down the line, but just outside.
Coach Agrest talked about unforced errors.
Yes.
And so far, we've seen at least 3 unforced errors from each side right now in the early going of this match. 4-3 Old Westbury.
But you see the aggressiveness of both teams.
Hansen will serve it. Good dig out of the ground. Mulich. And buried down on the kill. Good kill by Leah Rafat.
Right through the double block. Hey, if you want to be an effective blocker, you got to get both of them coordinated up at the same time, leaving no area for the ball to get through. Unfortunately, they weren't together, and Leah Rafat drove it right in between their hands.
Ashley Fung will sit down. In comes Katia Mercado. She comes in as another captain for Brooklyn, and she will serve. Mercado. Good serve over the net. Oh, great ace by Mercado. A beautiful low serve into the ground.
Hey, and that's what you want to do. You survey where they are on the court. You try and find that dead spot and put it where it's hard for them to get.
5-4 Brooklyn, so 2 consecutive points. Now the Bulldogs looking to build on that. Mercado will serve it again. That's a strong dig. And now kept alive there by Mazer. Little toss over the net. Bulldogs keep it alive. Mercado and Adeoye just could not put it away, but it's saved. Kept in there by Bowe. And long out of bounds. Bulldogs with 3 consecutive points take a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, that was Bowe trying to just get it back over the net. Put a little too much oomph on it. Went out. So now Brooklyn College up by 2, 6-4.
So now Bulldogs on a 3-0 run after trailing 4-3. Mercado will serve it again. And another good serve and out of bounds again. Brooklyn College
2
up
aces
7-4.
by Mercado. And she's attacking cross court to the back line and forcing them to try and get that pass back to the middle. At that time, an unforced error.
These are what you call line drive type serves. These are serves that you kind of have, the ball comes up on you a little quick. And there, another floater just again, and couldn't be dug out of the ground. Mercado is just having a game with the serving so far. 8-4 Brooklyn.
3 aces in this first set, and she changed the pace on that serve.
She has, so far I'm seeing an incredible ability to disguise the serve. First she goes with a hard serve just now, then goes with a light change-up serve. Bulldogs dig that out of the ground. It's kept alive. Mercado. Kicked up and saved by Mazer. Now it's set up by Bulldogs trying to make a block. The Bulldogs got the point. Looks like it was a double contact against Old Westbury, so they went over the net and touched it. So it's 9-4 Brooklyn, so a 6-0 run. The Bulldogs continuing to pour it on the scoreboard, leading 9-4.
And this is what Coach Agrest was looking for.
Mercado serves it again. Good low serve, and again, Old Westbury just did not anticipate the next play. Bulldogs keep it alive, and Rafat buries it on the kill. Brooklyn up 10-4.
Oh, she said, I see an open spot on that back line. Bam! Hit it right down.
And a timeout. One thing you have to love, sometimes you wonder, being a dual athlete, the difference between playing basketball to playing volleyball, but still you could kind of implement both styles into your game at the same time. You need a little height to play volleyball just as you do for basketball, but just like you're moving the ball in the court, you find that opening just like in volleyball. I think it translates very well.
Yeah, and the jumping ability of Aaliyah Rafat, obviously, she's one of the stronger rebounders on the Brooklyn College basketball team, and she puts that to good use. She has great vertical leap. She has long arms that she can get over the net and drive the ball down.
Right now it's been all Bulldogs after trailing 4-3 early. The Bulldogs have responded with 7 consecutive points.
And Miss Mercado has been outstanding on the serve. 3 aces and change of pace, line drive, cross court, a little spin off, and oh man, it's just beautiful to see.
That's what makes this game so exciting, is when you're able to disguise the serve the way you do, to make your opponents guess where the ball's going. That's how you can get sometimes those free points, get those easy points early to kind of get yourself back into the game.
And it makes it hard for the other team to communicate because they have no idea where that ball is coming.
The angles are so important in the game of volleyball. You have to disguise where you're going to hit the ball, and you hit the ball at the right angle and just get it away from the opposition, and you're able to score. Mercado will serve once more, and it's good. Kept out of the ground there by Hansen, and kept alive by Rafat. Digs it out. Mercado, and Rafat with a nice tap-over kill by Rafat. You got to love it.
Yes,
8 straight points for Brooklyn, 11-4. Bulldogs ahead.
And that was sold because of the first kill that Aaliyah had. They said, oh, she's a power hitter. They all backed up, and she said, oh, I'll take it. Nice and soft dink.
Sometimes you just have to hit it where it ain't. Good dig out of the ground by the libero, Bo. Hansen tried to get it over, saved there by Velez. Hansen kicks it back over. Mercado keeps it alive.
Steele sets it up.
Steele will set it. Drop down by Rafat. Could not quite put it away. Saved by Bo. Drop down and deflected out of bounds. That ends the Bulldogs' 8-0 run. The old Westbury Panthers finally get back on the board. It's 11-5 Bulldogs, but a good run by the Bulldogs to build that lead.
Adeoye got her hand up, but it just went off the side of her arm and out.
But you'll take plays like that. If sometimes the ball just doesn't fall the way you want. Bad serve into the net there by Mazur. Bulldogs go up 12-5.
Service error, the first one for Old Westbury. Unfortunately, that's only the second time they've been serving in this first set.
And now it'll be Rafat who serves this time for Brooklyn. And Rafat, nice little float serve, kept alive by Bo. Mazur sets it up. And blocked at the net, double block
by Yuki and Adeoye. Double block and nothing doing.
That's what you want to have. Good defense at the net. Good hands over the top of the net. Bulldogs take a 13-5 lead. And Rafat will serve it once more over the net. And kept in there by Mazur. And good shot there from Velez. Bulldogs were able to get it out. Rafat will hit it over. Stepped alive by Mazur. Back up to Hansen. And buried on the kill by Velez.
Yep, right on the cross court. Hit right inside the line. And now it's 13-6. And now coming in is Maya Murphy for number 10, Bo for the Panthers.
Panthers are playing with just 8 players in this game, so you'll be seeing at least 2 substitutions throughout this match if you are Old Westbury.
Stephanie Velez to serve from the middle.
Good save out of the ground there, but could not be saved. That was a tough one to pick up for
Mercado. Kind of was caught in between, thinking it was going to go over the net, but it hit and rolled down, and hey, sometimes that happens. So it's 13-7.
All right, and it will be back to serve for Old Westbury. They kick it over. Steele digs it out. But nobody was there. Everybody just stood around. Rafat didn't move. All the Bulldogs just sat staring at each other, and that falls in for Old Westbury.
That is a unforced error that Coach Agrest does not like. You have to communicate and let everybody know where it's going.
Serving it again. Once again, it will be Steele digging it out. Mercado sets it up. And a block at the net. And in between. That ball took a tough bounce. It went between 3 Bulldogs and double contacted. So it's points for Old Westbury, 13-9. So now the Panthers have scored 4 consecutive points after the Bulldogs had an 8-0 run. Now a 4-0 run for Old Westbury.
There was some spin on that spike, too.
And that serve is long, out of bounds. Brooklyn goes up 14-9.
Another service error for the Panthers, and coming back in is Bo for number 8. That is Velez.
Also coming in is Olivia Fan, replacing Adeoye. And it'll be Steele to serve. Steele serves it. Good strong serve. It's kept alive there by Hansen. Tips over the net. Mercado digs it out. Kept in by Steele. And buried on the kill. What a good finish.
Here it is. That is Miss Gdansky.
Gdansky with a great finish on that shot. Again, sometimes you have to hit the ball where it ain't.
Yes.
Fifth.
And she got it just over the outstretched block attempt by number 9.
That's why the angling is so important. That was for Janelle Sam on Old Westbury. That's the key, to angle that ball away from the blockers. And that's huge. Good dig out of the ground there by Bo. And again, another long unforced error. Shot missed out of bounds. It's 16-9 Brooklyn. So 9 points away are the Bulldogs from taking the first set. And it'll be Steele to serve once again.
Steele doing a very good job.
Steele readies the serve, fires it up. Good dig out by Bo. Hansen keeps it alive. Hit over there by Mazer. Mercado. And buried on the kill by Yuki.
Murphy had the block, but she tried to steer it to her partner, and her partner was nowhere to be found. 17-9, the Bulldogs are starting to pull away.
That's what you want to see if you're Brooklyn, to just patiently wait for those openings and take advantage of them when you get them. And Steele will serve. Good dig out there by Rodriguez. Rodriguez hits it over. Rafat digs it out. Mercado. And Gdansky buries it. Beautiful little float over shot by Gdansky. Bulldogs go up 18-9.
And they're just having the Panthers moving all around the court, out of position, not able to cover the whole court. And Brooklyn College is taking very much advantage of that skill level.
Steele will serve it once more over the net. Dug out of the ground there by Bo. Deflected over. Rafat keeps it alive. Mercado, good setup by the Bulldogs. And Yuki just got it in. Yeah, just clipped the line by Yuki.
Said she hit the net.
Oh, it hit the net?
No. He changed it. He changed it, so it is a point.
Yeah, Bulldogs
to
do get the point,
okay.
so Yuki scored
He
that.
pointed down to Old Westbury. I thought he gave them the point.
The flag went up as if it was out of bounds, but it stayed in.
So he overruled the flag. That's what he did. Okay.
One thing we've seen the Bulldogs do very well so far, you haven't had to. Steele will serve this, and I'll tell you about it in 1 minute after this play. Kept alive by Hansen and deflected. Bulldogs could not quite dig that out. It's 19-10. One thing you've noticed with the Bulldogs, at least in the early going, they don't have to spike the ball hard in these matches. As I'm noticing, they're looking for those light openings and just get a little tap over the net. Just kind of hit a drop shot in the wrong in a place where the receivers aren't to get the ball.
And a reason why is because they have them so out of position that you don't really have to be that aggressive. Oh, okay.
Little tap over the net. Bo kept it alive. It's kept in the air by Mazer.
4 hits.
And too many hits. The same player touched the ball twice.
Yep.
Brooklyn College goes up 20-10.
And
5
coming
points
back
away.
in is Miss Fong, coming in for Mercado. And number 10.
That's going to be
Munich coming in for Yuki.
Right.
And Munich is going to go back to serve. She started the match on the serve.
That's usually what happens when you're the setter. You can rotate it around between setters, and the libero, of course, can play that role as well as serving. The libero can pretty much do every position. You can be in the front and in the back. Mulich waiting for the referee's signal.
What I do like is Brooklyn has an alternate setter. So when Mercado's in, it's Mercado and Steele. Now it's Steele and
this
service error.
A little bit of an error. That's the first service error the Bulldogs have had tonight. 2011, Brooklyn ahead.
Steele and Munich can set as well, so they don't have to determine on one setter in this set that he has right now.
Now it'll be back to Rodriguez to serve. Fires it over the net.
Oh.
Rafat, that was bad angle off the hands of Rafat.
Yeah, she's
Westbury
not happy
20
about
12.
that. And coming back in is Mengado for Brooklyn.
Yep. 20 to
11.
12.
12?
Should be 20 to 12.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, 20 to 12 Brooklyn, and it is. And Rodriguez will be back to serve once more. Rafat digs it out this time. Kept alive. And saved by Rodriguez. And a good tip over, but the Bulldogs were able to save it. Steele sets it up. And Gdansky couldn't quite put it home.
Double block by Hansen and Murphy.
2013, so now here come the Panthers once more with a little 3 straight points. It's 2013. Bulldogs still have a good lead here, but Bulldogs need to break the run of Westbury. Kept alive. Kicked up in the air by Mulich. Rafat tries to spike it down, but good kill and kept alive by Hansen. And
nice
good dig out of the ground by But a double contact was called, and now the Westbury Panthers are down 20-14.
That was a great dig by Steele. Rodriguez doing a very good job of hitting hard line drives right at Emma Steele.
Now Rodriguez will be back to serve once more. And that serve is long, out of bounds, 21-14. That's the third service error for Old Westbury. Fourth service error, excuse me. That's the fourth service error for the Panthers. Bulldogs 4 points from the first set.
Gdansky to serve.
Gdansky will serve it. Dug out. Kept alive there by Mazur. The shot is long, out of bounds. Brooklyn up 22-14.
That was Stephanie Mazur. Tried to go down the line and to the back, but a little too hard.
Those can be very risky shots. Yes, you want to go for those angles, but you have to be very confident that ball is going to be hit in and hitting that line. That ball is long there on a serve. Nope, the serve is good.
It was in.
The referee's flag went up.
The one thing is the flagman is there, but the chair official has the better vantage point, and he can determine whether it was good or not, and it was good, so it's now 23-14. So 2 points away from taking the first set is Brooklyn College.
So good ace there from Gdansky, and it will be Gdansky back to serve. Bulldogs looking to set up, and Gdansky will serve it up. And dug out there by Bo, kept alive. Kicked over the net, dug out by Gdansky. Rafat will tip it over. Bo will dig it out. Kicked up by Hansen. And good save, but it went into the bench.
Backwards. Gdansky tried to get it over, but just a little too hard, and it's now 23-15. That was a nice 9-hit volley right there.
Substitution coming in now for Westbury. Velez will come back in, and taking a seat will be Maya Murphy.
And coming in for Rafat is
Rafat's still in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was Gdansky that went out. Sorry.
Yep, Gdansky will sub. Yep. Bo will dig it out. Will serve it up. Kept alive. Rafat with a light tip over and could not put it home. Kept alive there by Hansen. Tips it over the net. Then the ball lands out of bounds. Brooklyn College now has set point.
Yes, indeed.
24-15. Brooklyn College ahead. And now it will be
Mengado
to serve.
Trying to put it away. Adeoye at the middle blocker in for Brooklyn College as well. Oh.
Mengado just could not get that serve off well. So one set point saved. It's 24-16.
She didn't time that right. And now Steele comes back in for Mengado.
You know, the timing of getting that ball up in the air and then serving it over, that's not easy to do. That takes a lot of timing and practice to get a clean serve over the net every time.
Yep.
So there's a lot of pressure to make sure you get it on the first try.
Janelle Sam just checked in for the Panthers.
Served over by Westbury. Dug out. Good save. And now the Bulldogs with Adeoye couldn't quite put it home. Bulldogs dig it out. Set up. And dug out again. Good save there by Rodriguez. Dug out by Steele. Great save. Kicked up. And, Bulldogs try to save it. And Steele, good rally this has been so far. Mulich. And Adeoye tried to bury it, could not put it home. Steele digs it out, kept alive by Mulich, and a double contact was called.
Double contact. That was a 20-hit volley right there. Unfortunately for Brooklyn College, another unforced error. It's 24-17.
Third set point chance for Brooklyn.
You don't want to give them any hope right now.
Yeah, Westbury's now beginning to gain a little momentum. Served by Hansen, dug out by Steele, kicks it up. And buried on the kill. Brooklyn College takes the first set 25-17. Good, strong finish by the Bulldogs. Survived a little momentum from Westbury, but the Bulldogs built that 8-0 run early on, and the Bulldogs never looked back. And they take the first set 25-17, Pat.
Valuation, I would say this. The serving by Brooklyn College was huge in that first set.
Yes.
5 aces by...
by Mercado.
Mercado, thank you. And then you had another 3 by Steele. Gdansky did a great job. And what I noticed in that first set, the serving for Brooklyn College, everything was toward that back line. Nothing. They had a couple change of paces to the front, but most of it is back line, forcing them to make good passes to get it back to the front. It's harder to set from the back than it is from the front, obviously, because you're closer to your hitters.
Right. But that's the key. You have to get the defense to think a little differently. So when you take them out of their comfort zone, out of their element, and you're forcing them to think oh, now they're going to serve it to the back. We got to get back. Then they can drop it on the front. So that's what this game of volleyball really is all about, creativity.
Yep.
You have to be creative. You have to, again, just make the opponent think you know something they don't. Get that ball in the wrong spot that they can't pick up where the ball's going.
And then be able to take advantage of when they're out of position. That's why Coach Agrest doesn't like unforced errors, because when you get the opportunity, you got to make the most of that opportunity.
So we'll see if the Bulldogs can carry that momentum and bring that into the second set. So the Bulldogs up 1-0. Later on in the year, the men's volleyball team will play in action. So very interestingly, the men and women in volleyball do not play doubleheaders like they do in basketball. It's seasonal. So the men play during the spring, the women play in the early fall.
Yep.
Of course, we will, as you know, have live basketball coverage from here after the volleyball season wraps up. The season will end just before around the early part of November.
First week of November, the tournament starts. November 7th, I believe, the tournament
will be the Cuniac tournament.
Yes.
That should be big if you're Brooklyn, and we'll see if they can get back here to the playoffs like they did last year, and maybe can they dethrone Hunter College.
Hunter.
Right now, Hunter's 4-1 to start the year. Their only loss came to Rutgers Camden. It was a tough 5-set defeat at the hands of the Scarlet Raiders. But the Hunter Hawks are that team to beat both men and women.
Yes.
Hunter are one of the most elite teams in CUNY in volleyball, and so for the Bulldogs, they're going to have to be able to not be intimidated. And can they keep up with them in a regular in a full game of volleyball? Winning 3 sets that's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah, for women, it's Hunter, Baruch, and John Jay. For the women, for the men, it's Baruch, Hunter. And last year, Brooklyn College made some inroads into that top echelon of the conference, and they have something to build on. So we're looking for them to improve on what they did last year.
I'm going to be very curious to see how they build on that from last year. Now, we had a chance to speak to their head coach from last year for the men, and really like what he had to say about like kind of how he sees a team and how to build one and how to really start becoming a building team chemistry. That's very important.
And we are just about ready to start the second set, and it will be Old Westbury to start the serving because Brooklyn College served in the first set.
Both teams also changed sides, so now the Bulldogs will be on the right side of the court. Westbury will be on the left. Bulldogs are wearing their maroon and gold trim. The Westbury Panthers are in their white and emerald trim.
Emerald?
I don't mean emerald like in the Emerald City.
So it's going to be Janganzeles Rodriguez to serve for the Panthers, going from left to right.
And here we go. Serving it over and into the net.
Service error right to start. Brooklyn College again up 1-0.
Now the Bulldogs, can they take advantage of that? 1-0. Now the Bulldogs looking to build on that. Here is Mulich to serve. So the Bulldogs are sticking with that pattern. Mulich to lead off serving. And Mulich serves it over. Good dig out of the ground by Rodriguez. Kept alive by Mazer. Kicks it over the net by Murphy. Out of bounds. Brooklyn College goes up 2-0.
Miscommunication again by Old Westbury. Out of position. Not communicating. Not telling them where it's going. Another point for BC.
Those are some of those little things in the game of volleyball. People, you don't really talk about it then, but some of those early miscommunications can be the difference in winning a set.
Yes.
It's huge. Dug out of the ground.
Points early matter.
Mazer blocked into the net. Good double block by Brooklyn.
Woo! It was Fan and Fong on the double block.
The Fan and Fong connection buries that shot. 3-0 Brooklyn. So a 3-0 run to start for Brooklyn. You got to like where things are going early.
And look at the BC bench. They were elated on that double block.
And serving it over now is going to be Mulich. And kept alive by Hansen. And a ball went off the side of the net.
Yep.
Bad break for Old Westbury. It's 4-0 Bulldogs.
These early points are so important because when you get that lead, you know the other team is going to make some kind of run. It's nice to have a cushion.
Now let's see if the Bulldogs can keep it going. Mulich will serve. Very good low serve over the net. Forced Westbury to have to kick it over. Mulich. And buried in. A good shot. Beautiful finish by Fong.
Fong said bam.
5-0 Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs really displaying their power here in this second set. So now you're seeing the Bulldogs really go on the attack from the first set. Now they're playing with an even more focused style here.
And Ashley Fong had 23 kills coming into the set.
That's huge. Served over by Mulich. Oh, almost a collision there between Murphy and Hansen. Mazer kicks it out. Drop down on the ground and
Off the
parried.
block. That was Gdansky on the kill.
And it went deflected off two hands, and the Bulldogs continue the run. They're up 6-0.
Gdansky came into this match with 22 kills and 12 aces. So
now,
steal again.
Once again, it will be Mulic serving. Another good low serve.
Sorry, you're right.
Mazer.
Oh,
just
nice.
went over the net. Had a little friendly bounce. It looked like it clanked off the top of the tape and then went out of bounds.
It rolled on the net and rolled right by the BC player and then fell on their side.
So just like in tennis, that same thing can happen in tennis. The ball clips the tape, and it could land in or out, and that could benefit the one that hit it. Sometimes it's a bad break.
Yep.
But 6-1, Brooklyn's still ahead. And now it'll be Bo who serves. Rafat digs it out, kept in by Mulic, and Fong tried to spike it in, and good deflection out of bounds. Bulldogs go up 7-1.
Fong, another kill. Cross court this time. Said, okay, I see you. Let's see if you can defend that sideline.
That's always the key. You have to hit it. Again, you hit it at a bad angle. It's timing when you hit that ball and return it. If it goes a little off on the hands, it's going to spray out of bounds or just be dead on the ground. And Bulldogs, again, good kill there by Old Westbury, going up with that key block there and buried by Rodriguez. 7-2, Brooklyn. And now it will be Hansen to serve.
Serving from the middle of the court.
Hansen readies up her shot, fires it up. Gdansky digs it out and dropped over the net by Aliyah Rafat. Beautiful tap over the net.
Another heads-up play by Aliyah. She said everybody backed up, left the front of the middle open, and just said, okay, I'll take that nice and easy.
Adioye comes back in for Brooklyn. Going to the bench will be Steele. 8-2 Brooklyn ahead. See if they can keep this going. Served by Fong. Dug out by Rodriguez. And tipped over and dropped by Adioye.
Adioye said, oh, you're not going to get that. I'll take that. Thank you.
When that ball hangs in the middle of the net, that's really anybody's ball.
Yeah, it's like the D-back and the wide receiver. It's anybody's ball who wants to go get it. Adioye said, I'll take it. Thank you.
9-2 Brooklyn, so building the lead more. Fong will serve again. Excuse me, that's Fan who's going to serve. Rodriguez digs it out. Saved there by Hansen. Dug out and deflected. It was a double contact call. And it's 9-3 Brooklyn.
Okay.
Steele comes back in. She'll replace Fan. Yep. And now it will be Old Westbury to serve. And it's going to be Mazer getting set for the serve here. And Mazer will hit it over the net. Good dig out by Steele. Kept alive by Gdansky and dropped and good
Adioye.
block.
No, she hit it into the net.
Hit it into the net. It looked like a block. All right, it's Adioye with a
just mistimed it.
9-4 Brooklyn. So 2 straight points for the Panthers. Tipped over by Mazer. Dug out by Steele. Kept alive by Gdansky and dropped down there, but good kill, good save. Rafat digs it out. And good knock over the net there. Good save by Fong. Kicked up by Hansen. And the shot is out of bounds. And that little second effort by the Bulldogs created that unforced error.
Yes, indeed.
10-4 Brooklyn ahead.
And what's very, very important is the digs are not uncontrollable. They're controlled, they're directed to another player, so it makes it easier for the setter to get set and set up the hitter.
And that's so key. And here's Mercado to serve it over. And there we go. Mercado working that serve magic once again.
Yeah, that's her 6th ace of the match.
11-4 Brooklyn ahead. I'm telling you, Mercado just has an incredible ability to disguise that serve. And it's really throwing Old Westbury off their game, big time. Hansen will dig it out. Drop down by Murphy. It's
off the block.
It's off the block, and it's good, though. Murphy gets the point. It's 12-4 Brooklyn.
Oh, they changed it.
They did change the point.
They changed it. They gave it to Brooklyn.
Ah, okay.
So they're saying it didn't go off the block.
Old Westbury appears to be.
I thought it came off the block from here, but
the score still says 12-4. I still think they gave it to No, they didn't. No, they're giving it to Brooklyn. They just have to change the score.
They change the score. Yep.
Mercado with the serve. Rafat on the kill and buries it. Great finish by Aliyah Rafat. 13-4 Brooklyn.
Aliyah Rafat very, very effective. Came in the match with 25 kills and 28 digs.
And once again, Mercado back to serve. 13-4 Brooklyn. And again, there's that low serve. And again, old Westbury couldn't pick it up. That ball was knocked, didn't go over the net. Bulldogs go up 14-4.
Rodriguez took her eye off the ball when she went to spike it, and that's why she mishit.
So this is the second set when Mercado has served. The Bulldogs have been able to build runs of at least 4 or 5 consecutive points.
Indeed.
And again, Mercado, another change-up serve. Oh, my goodness, 15-4 Brooklyn. The timeout called by Westbury.
Yeah,
right now, they've had no answer for Mercado's serve.
No, they don't. They have no answer, and Mercado is just masterful in the change of pace serve. Line drive, back line, and then all of a sudden, change of pace, takes some spin off, and just dies right in the middle, and nobody can get to it.
That's what you call in tennis a proverbial drop volley. I mean, that's just impressive. To be able to just have that nice touch on the ball, it barely scrapes over the net, and then it just drops right down.
You know what's also very good about her? It's like a pitcher disguising the pitch.
Right.
So she's the same form, the same intensity, the same level, but the way it comes out is totally different.
It's deception. You just got to love it. So right now the Bulldogs have built a 15-4 lead on a 6. Bulldogs have now scored 6 consecutive points. And the Bulldogs 10 points away from taking the second set here at the Quad. Fans, reminder, you are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs women's volleyball on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. We thank you so much for taking some of your time here with us. Of course, a couple weeks now back into the college season. So it's, a little adjusting period after the first couple weeks. Also coming off Labor Day weekend as well. We hope all of you had a very happy Labor Day this past week.
And safe.
Yep.
So timeout is over, and Miss Mercado will be serving again for the Bulldogs.
And now let's see what she'll do with the serve. You see Westbury's kind of standing a little more up, thinking it's going to be a more close serve. And they went a little back. Yep. Good dig out by Hansen. Little tip over. Adeoye saved it. Mercado kicks it back up, and Yuki tried to spike it, could not get it there. Kept alive by Bo. Tapped over the net and out of bounds.
Yeah,
oh, that was in.
Off the block.
Yep, it was deflected out of bounds.
Yes, I think it went off for Adeoye and Fan.
Good effort, though, by the Bulldogs. It's 15-5 Brooklyn, and now in comes Murphy. She'll replace Bo. And now back to serve will be Mazer.
Emma Steele came in for Brooklyn.
And Mazer served it into the net. 16-5 Brooklyn.
She hit
the ball got hit in the face.
That's unfortunate, you know.
Well, coming out will be Velez. Thankfully, the volleyball is not hard like a rock. It's not soft either, but it's not like a baseball.
Yeah, or a basketball.
Not even. Yeah. Dug out there by Hansen, and good drop. Almost had him off balance there from Mangado, but good save. Steele kicks it up. Mercado. Mercado with a good drop there, and there had to dig it out of the ground in Westbury. Steele tried to save it, could not quite do it.
Good job by Steele just to get to it. Unfortunately, was not able to dig it out, and it's a kill for the Panthers. They're down by 10, 16-6.
Sometimes you get those breaks, it happens. And now it will be serving it over the net is Rodriguez. See, remember that shot is spiked and good. Brooklyn College goes up 17-6.
Kudansky put it down. Right down the middle.
That was Janelle Sam, by the way, who saved that last one.
Okay.
And it was Steele, who now will serve. Bulldogs up 17-6.
Fan.
Sam will take a seat now for Westbury.
And Fan comes in. Oh, hold on.
Yep, Fan's in there right now.
Nope, I think he's making a change.
So Fan will sub. Yep, Fan will come out.
Fan will come out. And
in comes Mulich.
Yes.
Mangado.
Nope.
Now Mangado's coming out, and it'll come Fan. All right.
No, what it is, they have to touch and be allowed to switch. That's why.
Okay.
The official has to.
Have to let him tag in. All right, there we go. All right, so Steele will serve. Here we go. Steele serves it over. Dug out there. Good save. Kicked out there by Mazer. And again, a bad shot. Just that play was dead the minute it touched. 18-6 Brooklyn 7 points away from the second set.
You're seeing some incontinuity with the old Westbury Panthers, not really talking to each other, and it's starting to show.
Understandably, this is a team, a lot of freshmen, a lot of new players.
Yes.
You're kind of still getting to know each other and getting a little familiar with one another on the courts. That's going to take time. Steele will dig it out. Mercado. And good little tap over the net by Fan. Could not quite put it home. Murphy with a block, and Fan with the block. Beautiful block. And Westbury did not react quick enough. It's 19-6 Brooklyn.
It looked like the ball stood on the top of the net for like a half a second and then said, okay, I'll fall on it.
Yep. Ball can take very mysterious bounces on the top of the net.
But Fan did a great job of not hitting the net and getting enough on the ball for it to tip over to the other side.
Bulldogs up 13, and now it will be Steele getting set to serve once more. Steele fires it over. Dug out by Rodriguez. Kept alive by Hansen. Rodriguez dropped it in. Oh, just good shot, just right in a place where the Bulldogs could not get to it. 19-7.
Yuki on the block was too far away from the net. That's why the block wasn't effective.
Yep.
And it just went straight down. 19-7.
And will be Rodriguez back to serve.
Into the net.
Into the net. Another service error. Brooklyn goes up 20-7.
5 service errors piling up for Old Westbury. Now Brooklyn College 5 points away from taking the second set. And here comes Fong for
Brooklyn.
Mercado.
And Mulich also comes back in for Yuki.
Yep.
Yuki will
and she's
sub.
going to go back to serve. Who started the set serving is going to serve again. That is Miss Munich.
Munich setting up. And Munich fires it over the net. Good dig out of the ground by Bo. Sets up by Hansen. And Mazer dropped it in. What a
put it
shot.
Down. Back line in the middle. Nobody home. A first real
20-8.
clean kill for Old Westbury in this set.
Velez will come back in. She'll replace Murphy. And Bo will serve. 20-8 Brooklyn. 5 points away from the second set. And Bo will serve it over the net. Good low serve. Kept alive by Mulich. And Fan Fong buries that down but couldn't put it home. Hansen digs it out. Mazer, good tip. Steele sets it up.
And
a little too strong on the serve from Gdansky.
Yeah.
20-9.
I think she was trying to angle it to the back and just got too much of the wrist and went all the way over.
Well, the good thing is when you have a lead, you can get away with some of those little mishaps there. When you have enough of a cushion, it's when it's close you don't want to have that happen.
Exactly.
Bo will serve it. Kept alive. Kicked over the net there by Fung. And double contact.
Yeah.
Westbury could not get it over the net. Bulldogs up 21-9. 4 points away.
Holly-Ann Hansen tried to get Brooklyn College off guard, but hit into the net, and then she hit it again.
Double contact. Yep. And now getting set to serve it is
Gdansky.
There we go. Yep. Gdansky, Hansen, Mazer.
Nice job!
Dig by Rafat. And buried by Fong. Beautiful finish. Good save by Rafat to set up the kill by Fong.
What a save by Aaliyah Rafat, and then Fong put it down.
22-9 Brooklyn, 3 points away, and we'll be back to Gdansky to serve.
Did you see how fast that set was?
Yeah.
It was 1, 2, 3, bam.
Yep. You got to have quick reflexes in volleyball. That's another big key. Ball's dug out and had to get hit over the net. Steele saves it. Kicked up by out of bounds there, a little strong. Mulich made a good dig, but could not finish the play at the end on the other end for Brooklyn. It's 22-10, Brooklyn College. Substitution now coming in. Out will go Sanchez, and it'll come Janelle Sam. And it will be Hansen to serve. Here we go. Hansen. Good serve over. Fung dug it out. Fung dig. I'm sorry. That was Fan saved it, and Fung buried it. Okay, yes. There we go.
Hey, it's kind of hard saying those F's, right?
Yep.
Fong.
Yep. 23-10 Brooklyn College. 2 points away from the second set.
Second set of the best of 5.
And now it'll be Fan to serve. Fan hits it over the net. Bo digs it. Hansen. Sam. Good one-handed save by Rafat. Keeps it in the air. Mulich knocks it over the net. Back out and saving it is Bo. And drop down and just could not quite finish it there. So good Good point there for Westbury, 23-11. Brooklyn still 2 points away. And we're going to have Fan come out. Back in comes Mangado. Good serve. Dug out by Steele.
Can he get over? Yes,
Bulldogs
he does.
just saved it.
Great job.
What a good play. Bo fires it over. Good dig out by Brooklyn. Rafat saves it. Steele has to hit it over. Double contact was called.
Double contact.
Little miscommunication between Mulich and Steele.
Oh, man, but what fine dig save play going on by both teams in that rally right there.
23-12 Brooklyn. And serving it into the net, no good. And now it's set point for Brooklyn, up 24-12.
And Hook, who's coming in to serve.
Mercado is coming back in. That does not surprise me at all. And also, Adeoye is coming back in.
So now you have
Mercado.
Rafat, Adeoye, and Mangado on the front line. Mercado to serve for the set.
There's a whole right side of the field open. I wonder if Mercado's going to target that side of the field.
I think she's going to go back line again.
Let's see. Set point Brooklyn, waiting for the
whistle.
All right, here we go. And Mercado will serve it up. Good dig out there, saved. Hansen.
And
buries it long. Brooklyn College takes set number 2. 25-12, so a stronger second set for the Bulldogs here. And again, Mercado really set the tone with her serves to open that for this set just as the first set.
Indeed, and you want to continue with that trend. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If she's hot, you keep feeding her. Her, number 10, Gdansky. Sorry, not Gdansky, I'm sorry. That is Munich, who've been doing the majority of the scoring on the serve, getting nice runs, 5-point, 6-point, 7-point runs, opening up that lead. And now, what you say, if you do make some errors, you have that lead, you have that cushion, and you can still go forward and put the set away, which is exactly what Coach Agrest's team has done.
Westbury will play their next game on September 20th at Sarah Lawrence College on 7 p.m. in Bronxville, New York. The next home game here at the Quad will be, at home will be the 19th.
Yes.
Brooklyn College will play the Lehman Lightning here at home on September 19th.
Another conference match.
And we will have the call for all home games here for women's volleyball throughout the season.
We invite you to tune in every time we are live here on YouTube.
As we are getting set to begin the third set, Bulldogs up 2-0. Anything Coach Agrest is telling the Bulldogs right now? Yes, you have a 2-set lead, but it's not over.
Don't let up. Don't let up. Continue to work on the things we need to work on. You're getting a good experience. Continue to communicate with each other, back each other up, play as a unit, which they've been doing for those first 2 sets, and just let's finish it out. Yep. Let's not give them any hope. Let's not give them any light. Let's put them away, win 3-0, and let's move on to the next match.
Well, that's what the Bulldogs want to be able to do. Absolutely agree. And we'll see how the Bulldogs can kind of finish this off, make the adjustments here. So far, first 2 sets, kind of different Bulldogs team we saw. First one was a little bit more of like there were a little more mistakes in the first set, but the Bulldogs did build that run early, and that really helped set the tone. Then the second set, Bulldogs came out aggressive from the get-go, went up 6-0 early, and then were just able to kind of carry that through to win the second set.
They just cruised. They ran with Mercado. They ran with Munich. They said, hey, keep it going. We'll keep doing some excellent saves, some excellent digs. Rafat, Steele, Gdansky. I mean, just it's a pleasure to watch and to see it in action.
So I'll be very curious to see now the Bulldogs, as we go into the final set, anything you'll see a little different. I mean, the Bulldogs, you think they'll play an even more complete third set than they did the first and the second set?
I think it's going to be more of the same. I will say this. I believe that Coach Agrest is going to be more happy, not just with the victory in the first 2 sets, but not a lot of unforced errors.
That's the big one. So now the Bulldogs will come back in here in the next 10 seconds. And Bulldogs now looking to try to go for the 3 sweep, take this 3-0.
And win their second match of the season.
And we're going to get set. The Westbury Panthers are back out there on the court.
I will say this for old Westbury. Yes, they are young, but you see they definitely have potential. They have to work on more communicating and getting into position. They get a little discombobulated at times, and if they can shore that up, they can turn into a very good volleyball team.
The talent's there.
Oh, yes.
The talent's definitely there.
Most
I've seen it. All right, so now Yuki will come back in for Brooklyn. You're also going to see Fung in there, along with Fan, Adeoye, Rafat,
and now
Mulic.
Mulic.
Up now, Adeoye is going to sit. Back in comes Steele. So now the Bulldogs setting things up, and it will be
Brooklyn College to
Brooklyn College
serve
take possession.
with Miss Amra Munich. Third set of the best of 5. Brooklyn up 2-0.
Bulldogs back on the left-hand side of the court now. And Mulic will serve over the net. Good serve down. Good save there by Mazer.
Gets
Kicked
it
over the net by Bo. And kicked over and dropped down. And a good kill by Fung. Bulldogs up 1-0.
Fong said, thank you very much for the setup. I see a space, and I'm going to attack it right to the middle right of the court.
Mulic getting set to serve. Good serve over the net. Dug out by Rodriguez. Bulldogs looking to take advantage there. Could not put it away. And Yuki on the kill. Puts it
Yuki.
down. Beautiful shot in the corner by Yuki. 2-0 Brooklyn.
Back line middle was there. Yuki angled it right past the blocker and put it down for the point.
Brooklyn up 2-0 and looking to build. Back to serve Mulic. Mulic serves it over. Good save there by Mazer, kicking it out. Back up to Hansen and drop down and on the line and good from Fong.
Fong is on fire.
3-0 Brooklyn. So once again, kind of a rewind to set number 2. Bulldogs building momentum early and are imposing their will early. Back to serve Mulic. And this is key. You want to start the set off strong. You do that, that can almost dictate the entire direction of where the match could head. Saved by Mazer. Dug out by Hansen. Dropped into the net, but into the net it dropped for Rodriguez. Could not get it over. It's 4-0 Bulldogs.
And now you just keep on going. Keep on going. Don't stop the train.
Mulic kicks it over the net. Rodriguez digs it out. Bulldogs save it. Almost had a collision between Rafat. Steele knocks it over the net. The shot went a little long.
Yep.
That almost did go off of a Westbury hand, but they ended up not getting it to it. It's 4. Should be.
Sanchez did a good job of letting that ball go.
Although.
No, it's 4-1.
Should be 4-1.
They gotta change it.
Although the ball's on the Bulldogs' side, I think
Hold
it looks like maybe it did go off of Westbury's hand after all.
I didn't see the call from the official.
If it got even a piece of the hand,
Yes.
they saw something I didn't. It's 5-0 Bulldogs, so the run keeps going.
Right.
Mulic serves it. Rodriguez. Rafat digs it out. Mulic. Fong tried to drop it down, could not quite finish. Rodriguez. Rafat with a good dig. Kept alive by Mulic. Dropped down and finished.
Off the block. It's good. Another
Fong
kill by
once
Fong.
again. And the Bulldogs are up 6-0.
Oh, boy.
Bulldogs continuing their run, a 6-0 run to start the third set. And Mulic once again serves. Good over the net serve. Dug out by Hansen. Kept alive by Mazer. And Yuki puts it down. Again off the hands of Old Westbury. Second point of the set for Yuki. 8-0 Bulldogs. The Bulldogs now are just having their way with the Westbury Panthers here in the third set.
7-0 run to start.
Once again, serving it over. Mulic. Kept in by Hansen. Fires,
Ouch.
shot is long. 8-0 Bulldogs.
That's the largest opening run of this match for Brooklyn College. 8 straight points.
That ties it, yeah. That ties it for the longest one. Now let's see if the Bulldogs can make it 9 in a row. Mulic will serve. Dug out by Hansen. Mazer taps it over the net. Saved by Fong. And Yuki tried to bury it, couldn't quite do it. Fan keeps it alive, and Fung buried. Oh,
nope, she
yeah,
made the
Fung
save.
got it.
Oh.
Yeah, Fung got the point at the end. It was
Yes.
double contacted by Old Westbury.
It was a lift.
A lift on the ground.
Yes.
Yep.
She went underhand and lifted it up.
And now the Bulldogs have the longest run of the game of consecutive points. That is 9 straight points by the Bulldogs. And right now the Westbury Panthers just don't know which way is up.
Oh.
Mulich serves. And again the ball's dug out. Good save by Mazur. Then Hansen. Saved out of the ground by Mulich. Steele. Rafat will fire it over.
Oh.
And again, just a good drop by Rafat on that shot.
That was nothing fancy. She was just getting it over, and just not a good play there by Old Westbury. Not getting to their position, not getting to their spot fast enough.
Just not anticipating where the ball's going to go. 10-0 Bulldogs. Mulich will serve again. Kept alive. Hansen. Mazur. Blocked over the net. Again, Yuki with a block. 11-0 Bulldogs.
Woo! Man, I'm sure. And
timeout, Old Westbury.
Old Westbury. And Coach Agress, he showed me the stats that he's looking for. He wants to have 18 digs. He wants to have like 8 or 9 blocks a match. And right now, I think not so many digs. I don't think they have 18 digs, but
they're getting close to that number.
They're getting close. And the service is just spectacular. And unforced errors are nil right now.
Right now, this is the most complete set the Bulldogs have played all match so far. So you thought the first couple sets was just them getting warmed up.
Indeed.
So 11-0 Bulldogs here. Timeout by Westbury. Then you kind of start thinking, could we see a golden set?
No, I don't think
25 zip? I don't think that's quite now. That's hard to do.
It's too early. If it's 18, 19 nothing, then I'd say let's start thinking about it. But 11 no, there's too much time, too much play to be left.
Well, you have to get 27 outs in baseball for a perfect game, and that's not easy to do under any stretch of the imagination. But right now the Bulldogs halfway down, 11 zip lead, and now coming back on the court as the Westbury Panthers have to really figure out how to dig themselves out of this.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs just imposing their will in this third set.
And it's not like Westbury is giving up. They're not. They're battling. It's just inexperience a little bit, non-communication. They have to work on that, and then getting in position and anticipating where the ball is going to be placed.
Yep. Mulich back to serve. And serves it over. Dug out of the ground by Bo. And again,
good job.
Bo had to hit it over. Bulldogs get a chance here. And Barry!
Not
quite.
over? Yes.
Just saved it. It almost looked like the Bulldogs had another point there. And saved again by Mazur. Kicked over the net. Rodriguez. Saved by Brooklyn. Steele. Yuki. Tried to bury it over. Could not quite do that. Mazur. Hansen digs it out. Rodriguez. Good rally by the Bulldogs. And buried on the kill finally by Fong. 12-0 Bulldogs.
21 hit volley right there by both teams, and Fong puts it away. Mulich is just taking it to him.
All Mulich has had to do is just serve the ball, and the Bulldogs just keep building on this lead. Mulich serves. Down low. Mazur digs it out again. A backward pass. Kept alive by Steele. Mulich. And Yuki, good spike into the ground, and that's not going anywhere. 13-0 Bulldogs.
In spades, that's a Boston. 13 books in a row.
Bulldogs looking to build on it more. Mulich back to serve. And that ball tipped over the net. When you're having your breaks, you're having your breaks.
Yes, everything's going BC's way.
And
it hits off the net and falls over. 14-0, and now
Bulldogs with a 2-touchdown lead, leading 14-0. We're going to have a substitution.
Mengado
and Yuki are coming out.
And Adeoye is coming in.
Adeoye's in there for Brooklyn. And also coming in, Mengado and Adeoye, are in for Bulldogs. Out will go Fan, and out will go Yuki. Serving it over. Kept alive by Bo.
Rodriguez.
That's kicked out of the ground. That's still on the ground. Bulldogs save it.
And
that's going to end the Bulldogs' 14-0 run. So Westbury finally gets on the board.
Yes, indeed. A good job by 14 Rodriguez. She saw that Aaliyah was on that back line far right. She hit it right to her outside arm. Very hard to get it back on the court, and she put it in the right spot. Got the point.
14-1 Bulldogs. Rodriguez will serve. That shot lands
that's an
good.
ace.
That's the first ace of the game for Old Westbury.
Yes.
Just hit it in a spot where the Bulldogs were not ready for it. 14-2.
Now, here's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see Brooklyn relax.
No.
Don't want to see them relax. Yes, you have a big lead, but keep playing aggressive.
Back to serve Rodriguez. That is out of bounds. 15-2 Brooklyn. So after an ace, then a service error.
Just the way the ball is rolling for Old Westbury tonight.
Yep. Bulldogs 10 points away from game, set, match. And it's going to be Fung to serve. Fung will go to a little more on the left-hand side of the court. Fung will serve it over. Bo digs it out. Kept alive by Hansen. Steele saves it. Kicked up by Mulich. Rafat on the drop. Good save by Bo. Hansen. Mazer drops it in. Good kill by Mazer on the right side of the court.
Yes, a laser by Mazer. Cross court on the sideline.
15-3 Brooklyn ahead.
And now Bo to serve.
Bo will fire it over. Steele digs it out. Mulich. And Rafat with the tap over kill by Rafat.
Right down the line, over the head of number 1 Sanchez. Nobody there. It's another kill.
16-3 Bulldogs, now 9 points away from taking this game.
Mangado comes in and Steele goes out. And Mangado will be serving right from the middle of the court.
Mangado will tap it over. Good serve there, but good save by Rodriguez. Mazer, good shot.
2 kills in a row by Miss Mazer.
16-4 Brooklyn College.
I like the fight that Old Westbury's putting up. They're not giving in an inch.
I will give it to them, yes. They're still fighting, and you like how they kind of build a little momentum. Yes, they fell behind a little early, but we'll see what happens here.
Sam comes in for Sanchez.
Serve, kept in the air. Steele saves it. And good little tap over by Rafat. Steele Bo had to bury it out. And into the net. Rodriguez just did not see that ball. Yeah. Didn't time the shot right. And it's into the net. It's 17-4 Brooklyn. And back in comes Mercado.
Look who's coming in now.
It seems like always like the opportune time Mercado comes in, right when the Bulldogs are looking to kind of almost kind of slam down the kill. Yuki comes back in for Brooklyn as well. Coming out will be
You know who Mercado
Mulich?
reminds me of?
Who?
Nestor Cortez for the Yankees.
That's a good comparison. I actually like that. Down low with the serve, but good dig out of the ground. Hansen. Yuki saves it. Mercado. Steele fires it over. Good dig out by Rodriguez. Hansen. Sam. Dug out. Steele. Rafat taps it over. Good save there by Hansen. And dropped in!
Adeoye said, I'll take it.
Once again, that 50-50 ball in the air, and Adeoye slams it.
I'll take it.
18-4 Brooklyn.
It's above the net. If you don't go after it, she went after it and said, I'll take it down.
That's the advantage when it's in between. It's 50-50 ball. It's anybody's ball at that point. Serving it will be Mercado. Good down low serve. And again, that off-balance serve by Mercado. And the Bulldogs go up 19-4.
Ace is a place with a helpful hardware man, but it's a woman.
That's great. I just love that. All right, back to the action. Mercado will serve. Again, another low change-up serve. And it's dug out by Fung. Mercado. And Rafat on the...
Off the block,
couldn't quite get it down.
Nice
almost saved. Steele. Mercado. And a double contact was called. 19-5, Brooklyn.
Yeah. Mercado's like, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Here comes Mulich coming back in.
All right, Mulich will enter the game. We'll see who's coming in
for. She's coming in for Yuki.
Yep, Yuki's going to sub. Okay. And now Old Westbury ready to serve. 19-5 Brooklyn.
Mazer.
6 points away. Mazer to serve, excuse me. Yep. And Mazer serves it over. Good dig out by Mulich. Mercado. to Fung, and it goes off the hands, out of bounds. Fung gets that point. 20-5, Brooklyn College ahead. 5 points away.
That was Velez not getting her hands in right position to angle it back. It was flat, goes off her knuckles. Zing goes backwards. Rafat to serve.
Rafat, that might have been heading long, but Rafat will take it. 21-5 Brooklyn.
Yeah, they should have let that one go. That was definitely going to go out, but Ms. Bowe said, I might as well take a chance and return it, and did not do a great job of getting that ball back.
And it will be Rafat to serve. Dug out there by Hansen. Mazer gets over the net. Rodriguez. Mercado. Steele sets it up. And Fung. Saved by Bowe. Hansen kicks it over. Mercado. And Fung. Good save out of the ground by Hansen. Hansen fires it long. Unforced error. Bulldogs up 22-5.
That was the first time I saw Old Westbury anticipate where the ball was going to go. Hansen knew it was going over there. She got there, returned it back. Unfortunately, she hit it too long.
Rafat. And again, Bowe had to come running in to save that, and does. Sam. Double. Steele saved it. And it went off the hands of Old Westbury and out. That's a gift if you're Brooklyn.
Yes, it is. Again, miscommunication by Old Westbury, not talking to each other and just running into each other, not calling for who's going to get the ball.
Sometimes those are the plays that, that don't show up on the stat sheet, but those are big plays to extend the possession a little longer, extend the play. Hansen into the net for Rodriguez.
Match point for Brooklyn.
Bulldogs looking to end it right here. Rafat will serve. This is for the match. Bulldogs up 24-5. Rafat will serve. Just dug out. Adeoye saves it. Mercado. And saved there by Bowe. Kicked up by Hansen. Rodriguez. Fung dug it out. Mercado. And saved out of the air. And popped in the air again. Bulldogs, Steele sets it up. Mercado. And again, Adeoye had a good save. This is a good rally. And Rodriguez saved it. It was tapped back over. Bulldogs kept alive. Mercado. And saved again. And
nice. We had a nice rally,
good rally going here. And that's it. Adeoye buries it.
Puts it away.
That was one of the best rallies of the game. And the Bulldogs make the final statement, winning 25-5. They win the first set 21-5-17, and the third set 25-12. So just got better and better as each set took play here. And the Bulldogs as a team just got better and better as the match moved on.
As they progressed, the unforced errors dropped, the service continued to pick up, and they're celebrating with the fans, saying thank you.
This is a very solid win for Brooklyn, so they go to 2-3 now on the year. So this is very important to build a little bit of a winning streak, build a little momentum, and now the Bulldogs are looking to really carry that momentum into their game next week. So you got to like where the Bulldogs are heading right now. You got to love the way that they came out here. Can you do it on a consistent basis? Because I feel like if you give the Bulldogs, when you let this Bulldogs team get a little momentum and build, they're dangerous.
Well, let's put it into perspective, Jonathan.
Yes.
This is not a bad team coming into the season.
No.
3 years in a row to the ECAC tournament. 2 of those 3 years they went to the tournament, the conference championship.
Yeah.
And they were effective. So now you have a new coach, yes, but you have returning players. You have players that know what the system is. And Coach Agrest, with his vast knowledge.
All right. We're going to bring 2 players up here momentarily. So we're going to get Amra Mulic, and we're also going to get Katia Mercado, both of whom had very impressive games here tonight. And let's bring the first one up. It looks like it's going to be Amra Mulic.
Yep.
And she'll join me. And let's bring Amra Mulic in here. Amra, very impressive performance. You guys win your second consecutive game. Talking about what adjustments you guys made as the game went on. It seemed like you guys really started to pick it up as each set took place.
Yes, everyone's energy shifted positively towards the third set, and serves were getting better, especially mine. And offensively, we were just getting kills.
So you guys now have won 2 straight games. How important is it to kind of build winning momentum here going into as the season moves along?
It's very important, and everyone on the team is taking it good in practices. Everyone's fixing their mistakes, and that's why we're getting these wins.
Was one thing Coach was telling you guys following the slow start early? Was he just telling you to stay with what's been working, or just continue to get better? Just what were some things Coach was telling you guys?
He was just telling everyone specific things we need to fix, and that's what we did on the third. Everyone just did what they needed to do.
All right, Amr, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to put Pat on the mic, and we're going to get Miss Mercado here with us. Passing it over to Pat.
Come on in here, Miss Mercado. Just slide over a little bit. All right. First of all, an outstanding job of serving in the match today. Fix that. How do you change the pace and the spin on the ball? How did you work on that during the off season? How did you come up with that?
Yeah, Coach always puts a huge emphasis on service, and so that's really one of the biggest things we always work on practice, like every day. And it's to me, it's all about the arm swing and just like being there mentally.
Do you predetermine, based on the positioning of the opponent, where you want to send that ball?
For sure. First thing I see is how they're standing, where their setter is, and it's really about body language and how they're positioning their passers, and I go from there. And
let's talk about the returning players with the influx of the new players. How has that been going in practice to translate to the matches?
Yeah, it's been a work in progress. Lots of new faces, but we're still working on building that team connection. But I think so far it's going great, and I'm just so excited for this season.
Well, congratulations on this 3-set win. And now we're going to bring in Coach Agrest.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach. First of all, congratulations on the win. We talked a little bit before the match about what you wanted to see from your young players. Did they meet or exceed your expectation?
Some of them meet, some of them exceed. Again, it's a process. Some of these young girls already been on the court. Some of them pretty much stepped for the first time, second time today. I'm really happy that our starting lineup produced quickly enough so we can bring our younger, inexperienced players into the game so they can actually get this game, college game experience. Yes, absolutely.
So with this match now propelling going forward, what are you looking to build on from here?
I believe we show good aggressive serving. Besides that, we also show some improvement on blocking. We still need to work. Execution was better, but again, you need to test yourself against stronger team, and I would love to see how we will get this test done. We have a very interesting match coming in on Thursday against one of the most important arch-rival team, Baruch. So I believe that would be one of the best indicators of how we're doing and how we're moving forward.
Last question, Coach. You're a stickler for unforced errors. How happy are you that those unforced errors were very minimum today?
I would love to have them at 0. No, listen, we all humans, we all will have some mistakes. It's not important how this mistake, what you're doing next. And I was pretty happy today with the execution after we had a mistake. We have probably one situation only when we have like a couple of mistakes in a row. Every other time we were able to recover, get the kill, get the block. And move forward, change the rotation, get our serving working for us again.
Thank you, Coach.
You're
Good luck
welcome.
on Thursday against Baruch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Going to bring back Mr. Pariente.
All right. Yes, those were some very good words there from Coach Agrest. I really like the way his team came out. And I wonder if we're going to see a lot more of Mercado kind of being that change of pace server, or maybe even start the momentum early. have her start the game off. I think
it's funny you said that, because today only 2 players were very, very dominant in their serving. Now, I'm sure there are other players on the team that can serve with some consistency, but man, when you throw Milic and Mercado in there, and with the change of pace and positioning and angling and taking some spin off, I think it's a recipe for success.
I think you have something there. I think if you give it the time, I think you have something there to build on. I think that's very important. And I think this Bulldogs team has a lot to be very proud of, and I'm going to be looking forward to see how they build that momentum forward even more. Bulldogs' next game will be here at the Quad on September 14th against the Baruch College Bearcats. And
That's
then
this Thursday, right?
This coming Thursday.
Yep.
And then next Tuesday here at the Quad, Bulldogs and Lehman College. So the Bulldogs have won 2 straight games, looking to build on that more. Bulldogs win in 3 straight sets. And this should be a very exciting run if the Bulldogs can really build on this and keep it going.
Well, if you notice, both players and the coach use one word: progression.
Yes.
It's a process. They are built. They have all built into what Coach Aggress is saying. It's a process. We're going to take it one step at a time. We're going to work on this, then we're going to work on this, and we want to improve every time we hit the court.
Yep, and I think we're going to see it plenty. The Bulldogs have very good leadership here, and I think it's going to play an important role going forward, without a doubt.
Yes, indeed.
Once again, final score, the Bulldogs win in 3 sets, 25-17, 25-12, and 25-5. Here at the West Quad Gymnasium, Bulldogs go to 2-3 on the year. We will have live coverage of our next meeting here on September 14th against Baruch. But for right now, Jonathan Pariente alongside Pat Brown saying so long from the West Quad Gymnasium. We'll see you back here Thursday night. Have a good night, everybody.